Hi, good afternoon. These notes are on, this should not say Unit 12. I apologize for that. I am just now realizing that that should be Unit 9. So I apologize. So change this to 9. Okay. This should be page 55 in your notebook. And this is going to be our vocabulary on volume and surface area. So let's kind of get started. So let's just get some background information. A polyhedron is just a 3D figure in which all surface and faces are polygons. Polygons are just a multi-sided shape. Okay, so here's a picture of a polygon or a polyhedron. A face is a flat surface of a polyhedron. So this rectangular prism has 6 faces. One right here, one on the side, 2 on the front, and then one on top and one on bottom. An edge is the line segment along which 2 faces intersect. So this line right here is when 2 faces kind of come together like this. Then we've got vertices. Vertices it's a point where 3 or more edges intersect. So 1, 2, 3. So that point right here, that would be a vertice. Then we've got a net. It's just kind of a picture or a drawing of 2-dimensional figures that can be folded to form a 3D shape. So if we took this and cut it out and folded it, we could actually make a rectangular prism. Volume is just the number of cubic units it takes to fill a given space. So there's kind of a picture of that. And then surface area is the sum of all the area of the faces of a 3-dimensional shape. So we can draw a net, figure the area of each of these pieces, and then add them together, kind of like a composite figure. Okay, so that's all the vocabulary on the front. Then we're going to go on the inside of different shapes. So for example, we've got a cube, because it's got a base shape of a square. All the sides are squares, so it's called a cube. There are 6 faces. There are 8 vertices. And there are 12 edges. Okay, so you can go back and count if you'd like. A rectangular prism is the same thing. So rectangular prism, it's like a cube, but the base is a rectangle instead of a cube. So a cube is a special kind of rectangular prism. Same amount of faces. There are 6 faces. There are 8 vertices. And there are 12 edges. Again, you can go back through and count them all, or you can look at the net and count the net. Then the next thing that we've got is a triangular prism, which a prism is when you've got sides that are parallel to each other.
Good afternoon. The school improvement team meeting
There are 5
is starting
faces.
in 1 minute in the media center. Again, the school improvement team meeting is starting in 1 minute in the media center. Thank you.
Sorry about that. So there are 9 vertices. No. Sorry. There are 6 vertices. Okay, those are the 6 corners. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then there are 9 edges. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry about the interruption. Then we've got a shape where there is 2 circles, and then it's connected with this rectangle, and it's called a cylinder. There are 2 faces, which are the 2 circles. Okay, there are actually no edges, because an edge is when 2 flat surfaces connect, and there's no flat surfaces really. And then there's no corners. There's no where 3 shapes come together, so there's no vertices. Then we've got this shape over here. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't been noticing, I've been putting real world examples underneath each of these. So if you wanted to go back and kind of look at that, just so that you can kind of get a real world example of what each of these shapes looks like, you can go back and look at the video. So going over here, this is a pyramid because it comes to a point. So that's why this triangular, this square pyramid right here is different than this triangular prism. So prisms have parallel sides. Pyramids come to a point at the top. So this is a square pyramid because the base is a square. And it has 5 faces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 5 vertices. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And then it has 8 edges. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all the edges. So the edges, again, are when the two shapes come together. The vertices are the corners right here. Then we've got a similar shape, but this is a triangular pyramid because it's still a pyramid that comes to a point, but its base shape is a triangle. The amount of faces that we have on a triangular prism or a triangular pyramid, we've got 4 faces. We've got 4 vertices, and we've got 6 edges. The next shape that we have, the base shape is a circle, but then it's connected by this kind of weird, like it looks like it's a fourth of a circle, pretty much, and that goes around the circle, and it's called a cone. There is one face, which is the circle piece, and then there's no vertices, and there's no edges. You would think that the point up here would be a vertice, but it's not connecting 2 different shapes together, so it's not considered a vertice. And then we've got our last shape, which is our sphere, and it actually has no faces, no vertices, and no edge. So really, I don't even know if we can consider it having a base shape, but you know, you have this circular piece right here, so a sphere has none of those. Okay, so that is your quick little overview of the volume and surface area. Notes just on the vocabulary, so please go ahead and finish that if you have any questions. If I made any mistakes or I might have said something that you disagree with, just leave a comment at the bottom or ask tomorrow in class. All right, have a great afternoon.